Hi guys, it's Emma, and because I can't cover anything at the moment because I have false nails on, I thought I will do a video about my piercings because I do get quite a lot of asks about them. I'm not a professional piercer. I've done none of them myself. I go to a reputable shop to get them done. And so definitely, unless you are like a trained professional, don't try and pierce anything yourself. Like, obviously I'm not going to stop you, but it's probably not a good idea. Um, and I'll just go through like the procedure, the cost and the pain rating, but I've not got much experience with piercings really. The first one I ever got were my lobes, which are just obviously, got silver balls in. I got them when I was about 10 in Claire's, and if you are going to get them and you're sort of like older so you have more of a say in where you do get them done, definitely go to a piercing shop rather than Claire's. Claire's use a piercing gun, and if it's better if they're done with a needle. If you want to know more about why, then Google it. But yeah, if you have more of a say in it, go to an actual piercer. But they didn't hurt, probably like a 2 out of 10, and that was me as a child as well. Yeah, they were really like hassle free. Clean them twice a day, I think, with just the solution you can buy there. You're meant to twist them, but that's only for lobes. I don't know, they were, you can like, when you get them done they'll tell you how to heal them, but they weren't a hassle at all. They got infected a few times, but people always seem to have problems with their lobes from Claire's, or at least from my friends. This lobe I have attempted to start stretching twice, but my parents don't like it. I've only ever had a 2mm in it, which is really small. It's a bit bigger than what jewellery would be like in a normal piercing, but still really small. For that, all I did was wet my ear a bit, like take the jewellery out obviously. I put Vaseline on my ear and Vaseline on the stretcher, and you're meant to do it slowly, but I didn't know that, so I just sort of shoved it through and it hurt. But then like after 10 minutes the throbbing sort of went down and it was fine. So yeah, if you want to stretch your ear, make sure you don't piss off your family. The second piercing I ever got was one that I don't have anymore, which was my tongue web, which is the piece of skin under your tongue. I had mine pierced last summer when I was 15, and I could get it at that point because I had parental permission. It cost £30, and I'd give it like a 1 out of 10. It was even less painful than my lobes. It was only uncomfortable because I had to clamp my tongue up. I had a straight barbell in it. I'll try and show you it as best I can. So that was just the jewellery that was in it. It was fine with healing and everything. Like, the enzymes in your saliva mean you don't have to do any like cleaning or anything, and it's just recommended that you don't like drink or smoke or eat really spicy foods and stuff during the healing process, but it only lasts like a week, I guess. It didn't ever cause pain because of that, but mine was pierced too far back, and it just got irritated quite a lot, obviously, because it does move when you talk. So I just took it out because it was doing my head in really, but it wasn't like a bad piercing to go through. I'd recommend it as well if you can't have visible piercings in the workplace, because no one's going to see that. The third piercing I ever got was my antitragus, which is this one here. I don't know how well you can see that. Your tragus is the flap of cartilage on your ear, that's all I can describe it as. So I got my antitragus because I don't really like having like cliche piercings that most people get, because I like my piercings to sort of be like mine. This one was probably like a 2.5 out of 10. It wasn't painful really, despite it being through cartilage. They just drew a dot on where they were going to pierce it and made sure I was happy with the placement, and then just pierced it and put jewellery in. And this has a curved barbell in it, and you're not meant to twist it round, so if you get it done, don't do that. It does hurt now though, and I've had it like 2-3 months, and that is because it's cartilage piercing and it's kind of gross and horrible, and I think it's a bit infected, but I'm just cleaning it until it's sorted. It used to be a lot worse though, so it's getting better. But that's all I'd say, be careful with cartilage piercings, is they are more difficult to heal. This probably was about, I think it was £25, and I don't know, it kind of looks like your second, so if you want like one that kind of looks like it, without the hassle, then maybe get your seconds instead. The fourth ever piercing I got was my smiley, which is obviously this one, which you can only see when you smile. I paid £30 for it, and it's the same sort of process as the tongue web, except this time they didn't have to clamp anything. They just sort of lifted my lip and pierced it, I think. I can't really remember. They did it freehand though, so it hurt, because obviously imagine that's a piece of skin, and it hurt coming back out. It still wasn't too painful, but it was the most painful one I've had, and I'd give it like a 4 out of 10, I guess, in comparison to the others, but it still wasn't that bad, and once it was done it was fine. It's not hard to heal, doesn't hurt at all, and again it's a good one to have if you can't have visible piercings, because you can get a curved barbell put in it so you can't see it all. So yeah, that's a good one. And the last piercing I've got, and like the most recent, is my septum, which is obviously this one. I have a deviated septum, so it can be quite hard to pierce them, but if you go to like a reputable piercer and talk to them about it and explain, they'll see what they can do. At least that was my experience with it. They had to pierce it wonky because then it will look straight and like heal quite straight, compared to if they pierced it perfectly straight, it would look wonky because my septum is wonky. But now it's healed, it's really got no problems. To heal it, you do saltwater soaks, and I did 2 of them a day. No, actually I did 1 with this and 2 with my anti-tragus, and all I did was like dip my nose into like a cup of salt water, like you can find out how to make them online, and just blow bubbles with my nose, and it just worked. And you can clean any like gross bits you get around the jewellery with a cotton bud. It was about a week after until I could start moving it without it hurting, and now it's been about 3 weeks and it doesn't hurt at all. And again, I got this because in my school you're not allowed like any modifications at all. Like they might let nose and ear, but that's about it. So septum is not really allowed, so you can put it up your nose. Like, let me try. This jewelry is really small, so it's kind of awkward to do. Okay, there we go. So you can't see it, and it doesn't close up, and you can put retainers in it which are made for this. But yeah, oh god, it's going all around my nose. There we go. So yeah, this was probably like a 3 out of 10 in the pain. It was just kind of uncomfortable being clamped, and it stung a bit when the jewellery went through, and I paid £35 for it. My septum and both my oral piercings were done in Body Mech in Southport, so if you're from like the Liverpool area, I'd highly recommend them. They're really nice, and the prices are like just the average prices, but they're really like, they walk you through it and make sure like you're comfortable and stuff. So that was my piercing video. I only plan on getting a few, 6 more piercings, but that's like because I want double nostril, both nipples, my sternum and my anti-eyebrow, and I only plan on getting my nipples this summer. So maybe I'll do like an updated video in a few years when I have more, but for now that's like my experience with them, so none of them are being particularly painful. Make sure you have a parent's permission if you are under 16, and if you're over 16 make sure it's what you want. Like when I was 13 I was sure I'd want snake bites, and now I don't, and I'm really happy my mum didn't let me get them. So if you're going through the phase that we all go through, wait, because your taste in piercings will change. Mine will probably change, that's fine. None of mine will leave visible scarring, so that's okay. But yeah, if you are wanting a piercing, make sure you look it up, think about it, but as soon as you know you want it, then go for it. Don't let like pain stop you because it's over within like a second. I hope that this video was remotely informative, and that you're having a wonderful day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's not your birthday, happy not birthday. If you're having a bad day, I hope you feel better really soon. I love you all. Bye!